All right, so we're in episode 23, I believe. Last episode we did not get to form Scotland, and I looked up the reason why this time, and the reason is Scotland is at war. So they're very fortunate that their friends in the Isles here decided to do something silly and declare war against them. Of course, at this point, I can't go in and take over the Isles myself just to end the conflict, because their army is sitting on it in the siege. So we're gonna have to let that play out. And that's probably, I think the game's hinting that that might take about 4 years to play out. So with that in mind, I'm going to take my Chancellor away from Athol. I'm going to try to move him down here to the Gwynedd areas and see if we can snag those territories. Unfortunately, I can't move my Chancellor until the 24th of February, which fortunately is coming fairly recently. Also, I have the problem my Chancellor not liking me very much and not being particularly good at it, but you know, I need to go recruit somebody to replace him. I guess I could do that. I created the Duchy of Lothian in order to get rid of one duchy. Okay, well he's she's also the heir to Lothian. I mean, that would be a problem. What else you got? Callum is. So right now the name of the game is trying to get people's opinions up. I did something I didn't have to do last term. I gave Prince Brian, my successor, land in Oriel. I didn't have to do that because we're under Gavelkind, at least at the moment. So I could have held on to Oriel for additional troops. But oh well, we'll just have to deal with it now. And I guess it's time to jump back in. So again, what we're going to be trying to do here is waiting for this to clear up. We're waiting for Princess Martha to die, because I think we might actually get the Orkney Isles if that happens, because her heir is one of these guys. Okay, well, it's not Duke Marcus. Actually, I take it back. It's the Count of Leinster. So we'll just have to see what happens there. But that's what we're going to be doing for the moment. All right, now we have a siege war going on between the Scottish revolt and and Scotland, just like they did before, except that Scotland will probably get its way through the Isles first, I would imagine. But I can't see that, so I don't necessarily know that to be true. In the meantime, we're going to try to enjoy this piece. I'll let her be cynical. In the meantime, we're going to try to enjoy this piece by doing fairs and hunts and things that will hopefully raise people's opinions of us. And I am also trying to figure out how to get out of Gavelkind here. I've got high authority on the voting docket. Of course, no one's really in favor of that right now because no one likes me because we've only been on the throne for like a year. All right. The hunt continues. We avoided the craven trait. Caught. Okay, well, maybe. Okay, since we're slothful, we probably should avoid hunts. I didn't realize there was a negative hunt event for slothful characters. We got the. Sorry, I forgot about the people who decide not to come to your feast. Like a bunch of your dukes. Okay, managed to tick off the Duke of Lothian, or sorry, the Duke of Lothian managed to tick us off because I don't think that we get any negative penalty for him getting drunk and crazy. Okay. I feel like the Isle of Man, more often than not, has been a child. Yes, Gilbride Buchanan, who I believe came to my court thinking he was going to Okay, well that opened up a commander slot. All hail my neck. I don't know where my neck came from, but he is now the boss. All right, you get to become charitable. All right, and I've gone over my theories for who needs to be marshal before. So Talor, who's probably the best of my commanders, or one of the best, but he's, I want the top 3 guys available for actual war fighting. And so my marshal, who I think is not a woman anymore, yeah, my marshal is Marcus of Glasgow. He's actually my 4th rated commander. And that's the way I prefer to do it. I don't know if it's actually the best way to do it. It's just the way that makes most sense to me based on what I know about in this game. Oh, Prince Gillespie is of age. Well, of learning age. Brings up a good point. Oh, I have a humongous court now. He's married. She's not married. Well, ah. Well, except he gave it up. Elvis is married even though she's old. She's married. She's married. He wishes he wasn't married. He's married. Maynok is not married. Okay, let's see if we can do a little bit of cleanup. Okay, well, there are no women in court for him to marry. And there are no women. I appreciate that. Okay, somebody's arrived at my... Yeah, I know Glenna arrived at my court. I get that. I think my court's just a little bit too busy. Yeah, my court is... He's too busy. Hold on. Right. Oh, that is not good. All right. It's kind of the opposite the way I'm trying to push things. Hmm. Okay, well, we don't really have a lot of, if any, trade posts because I haven't promoted a mayor into a spot to do it. We'll go with castle infrastructure. Scotland is at peace again, I notice, while I was busy doing all that crazy stuff. It brings me to okay, I still need to wait for 2 years. I'm not really sure why necessarily. Oh, we have a English revolt here on the East Coast and the West Coast. Which reminds me, how are our former friends? Well, they're not as strong as they used to be. So we might investigate wars against England, but again, my primary interest is Norway once we're done with Scotland. 67 years old and she's still kicking. Don't really see the point in declaring war on Scotland just yet. Oh, she's in jail. Makes sense to me. Scotland is up to 5,500 men. Okay. Measles is starting to move through the court. got plenty of money, so as soon as we've usurped Scotland, we will have some money to develop some stuff within the kingdom. Which is probably a good idea. Oh God. Everybody's contracting measles because I have a really large court. Okay, I'm getting a relatively small number of choices here. I'm not sure why exactly that is. Okay, just a 12. Ian's an 11. We'll do the middle option for right now. I mean, this has got to be tough to kind of juggle this. I see that England's lost its territory that used to be over here. Oh, and its territory in Denmark is part of the revolt, which means that Denmark should jump on that. And then you've got okay, two competent contenders are fighting woman. Okay. I've become content because I listened to my wife about local security in Carrick. All right, so we're getting into feasting and really need some more excitement going on. I'm not asking for a rebellion, but okay. Gaining more prestige. And again, we've got a good war chest for whatever happens after we finally get the heads up to usurp Scotland. Yeah, let's stay away from the other women, please. We were doing pretty good. Okay, that's not a good idea. I lost one of my most useful generals. But I think Gilbride's been looking for an opportunity to get into the army for a while. It's unfortunate that we lost William Richardson. He was a good one. July 1201. Okay. So right after the summer fair, assuming that there's not a revolt. Ah, excellent. And now it's time for the event we've been working towards since the beginning of the playthrough, but we kind of got a little distracted. Well, not distracted. We got, I think, pushed into Ireland, so we just decided to go with it. Right, we can usurp the Kingdom of Scotland. It's going to cost us 332 gold. Not a big deal. And we control 52% of the necessary counties. Right? So that broke up Scotland into Albany and Moray. Right, I've now made the Kingdom of Scotland my primary title. I'm not sure what that's done to succession in Ireland. Okay, that's not good. Yeah, we definitely need that. Okay. Yeah, he's going to need land, and eventually so will Gilbride. So what we're going to do, naturally, is we're going to go and conquer some land. Okay, so what kind of wars can we get into here? We could. Okay, we could claim any of these counties de jure. She's sitting on that one, so we would at least be guaranteed of that county. Same deal here. He's sitting on Gowrie and Fife, so we would be guaranteed one of those. It's got 3,000 men. But basically what would happen is we would take over Fife, and then we would give thinking Ulster to the younger son. We don't have enough territory to. The only place we could go and usurp a ducal title would have been, or would be, the Isles. Actually, that probably makes more sense. Let's go there. Let's go there. Except no, I'm just going to inherit that guy. I don't want to hand over Argyle just yet. This would actually give us new land. So let's we're going to go after Fife. Although first, do that. He says no. Same to you. Oh. It works for me. All right, so it's going to take a while for us to rend Albany in twain. But we're going to do it piece by piece. We'll go Fife, Gowrie, and just basically keep picking off territories wherever this guy goes. And let's see if we can get through the end of this war before the end of the episode. But I might very well be usurping the Duke of Albany title and then giving the Duke of Ulster title to the guy who's apparently going to get it through Gavelkind anyway. Well, actually, it's going to get the Kingdom of Ireland through Gavelkind, which is not what I wanted to happen. So I might have to go back and make the Kingdom of Ireland my primary title until I figure that out. In fact, let's what does that do to our... Okay, well, it puts him back at the front. Yeah, we're gonna have to be the Kingdom of Ireland for a little while longer, just to protect the succession. I also don't have the unlanded sons warning right now for that reason. But we are going to declare war on Gowrie. We're going to claim Fife. And we are not going to lead the army. Okay, so there are 5,000 of us. theoretically 4,000 of him. So I'm going to sorry, let's go back. I'm going to raise the levies here in Lothian and Teviotdale. And I think that should do it. Let everybody go to Clydesdale initially. And we'll see how this goes. Okay, I missed the part where you said yes and then you said no. All right, that's weird. But it does give me another target when this war against Albany is over. Okay. Henry. Yeah, wait a minute. Where are those guys coming from? There's the reinforcements. And there it goes. And now time for the siege race. They're going right back to Argyll, which is fine. We are going to siege. We're going to siege Fife down, then we're going to go beat their army up again. All right. I always hate it when multiple things happen at once, which seems to be something this game likes to do a lot. Yes, I know well, it's my Croatian wife raising my daughter. Okay. Well, All right. Okay, hold on, Princess Julia. Oh, she's a homosexual. That's actually the first one of those I've seen in one of my families before. Okay, we could. I mean, there are a bunch of really good candidates here, but they're all like too young. The Count of Naples, at least, is. Oh, God, they don't like that at all. No, we better not do that then. Like, she had to wait 7 years for. Well, yes, I'm betrothing you to the Bohemian. Okay, I've lost a commander. Yeah, I get that. Hold on, I'm trying to promote a inferior commander into my commander spot. Okay, so far I'm only losing the Duchy of Ulster on succession here. I could probably avoid that by granting it to him prematurely. But I kind of have a lot of domain size to play with. Okay, 98%. Just going to keep sieging. See, what am I sieging these days? 1,600 defenders? That's fine. Let's see here. Okay, so I've got Munster and Lothian who are unhappy with me, but I'm sure they'll get over it. As our next target here is going to be the County of Moray. So I thought she agreed to be our vassal, and then she decided she didn't want to be our vassal. So we might try to entice her into vassalizing one more time, and if we can't do it, then that's where we'll in the episode, because the next thing we'll be doing is going to war in Moray. All right. Okay, so we finished building something. So that's good, because now that we can use that to sort of weed out some of the stuff in our court. People who don't have anything to do. Like, trying to find the oh, her husband died. Is there anybody I can just sort of marry you off to? Nope. Okay, well then we're going to send you out of the court. Gilbride is a commander. Oh, I think I'll still have access to him even if he okay. Okay, right. Peace, enforce. Fife is mine. Yay. Disband. Now. Right, I have the commander slot open. And I was right. I can get him back. Okay, Marshall over here. And our next war target, of course, is the Duchy of Moray. So we'll give her one more chance to change her mind about this. I've become a threat. Okay, well, I guess I'm threatening now. Okay, it really didn't do anything for my. Of course, my levy size is kind of small right now because we just went to war. All right, so our next policy here is going to be I believe we're currently we're in a 10-year peace with the Duke of Albany. But the next time that rolls around, we will take over Gowrie, which is his own personal province, and hopefully add that to our domain, and then move on to Athol, which is where I'm thinking he'll go, and we'll basically just keep following around his realm until we get to Innsgal, the Hebrides, and at that point, he won't have anywhere to go. He didn't have a lot of men. Of course, we just got done fighting us too, so we should be able to do that. It's going to take about 30 years unless, of course, he dies somewhere in there. But our move to have all of Scotland is now basically intact. I'm still interested in picking off these couple of Welsh counties, but our next target really is going to be Norway. And I'm hoping, I don't know if this will actually happen, but I'm hoping that the ageless wonder here, when she dies, her territory will revert to the Earl of Leinster. I'm hoping we'll still be alive at that point. Although he does have a son who we need to educate properly. Okay, they don't like that. I don't like that. Not her. Nope. What about me? They really don't want him to become Scottish. I do have Maynac. Okay, they'll go for that. So I'm thinking I handled this whole situation wrong. What I should have done is I should have given Prince Ranald Oriel and made him Duke of Ulster now, so there would be no worry about what would happen to the title. And then I'm going to usurp the Duchy of Albany here at some point anyway. So we'll just have to see. Things are getting a little bit messy. I mean, I've got Munster, who's always controlled Teviotdale. So I could make that particular situation work. The Duke of Meath also controls Tyrone. Duke of Lothian controls Strathern. But for the most part, I think we're, relatively in good shape. So we'll leave things here, and we'll pick them up next time. As soon as I get the succession issues straightened out in Ireland, I do plan on making Scotland my primary title. And then doing that for the remainder of the game. But for right now, this just works better as far as keeping all the land in one place. So I will see you guys next time.